to your point earlier about like wanting to have this like grand moment of being like, I'm deactivating. Like I always be like so ready to be like, I'm deleting my gram. And like some people will care, some people won't, but like it's such an interesting.
A lot of people will care.
It's an interesting like thing to do. Like I love the drama.
Yeah.
Like I love like the constant threat where you're like either like these platforms won't exist anymore like Vine.
Yeah.
Or like I'm gonna delete it.
Yeah.
And like life will go on. You know, it's like it's an interesting thing which has nothing to do with this talk.
No, I think it is relevant. It
Yeah.
actually makes me think about two artists that I've really been thinking about a lot that I wanted to kind of bring into this conversation. David Leggett's show at Gallery 400. I think there's a couple more days left on that. If y'all haven't seen it, go. It's
going tomorrow.
So good, so good. But just for the sake of us having a conversation about it, David has a blog, and he every day is posting drawings, and a lot of times they're in response to things that people ask him to draw on the Tumblr blog. And a lot of these, like he has for that reason he has a very active social media presence in that sense, but you're not gonna see him personally posting a lot of details and minutia of his day-to-day life. And if you do see any of those details, it's gonna show up in his work, that you'll see that, you know, in the painting and the gallery. And Martine Sims also makes work about net art, and essentially this concept of like what is like a black net art aesthetic. But she doesn't have a social media presence other than like a Twitter where she just will very occasionally post things that are just, they're not even like super interesting, to be quite honest. I mean, no shade, but you know.
Don't be talking about my girl.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, they're just kind of like, they're just real, okay, simple. It wasn't like trying to be something really, you know, climactic or super.
It's kind of like an
arty.
anti-performance.
Exactly. And I know that she's really interested in that concept of anti-performance as well. And I love Fred Moten's notes on non-performance and blackness as well. But yeah, I have been thinking about that. The artists who are making work specifically about the internet or some kind of engagement with it, but they don't actually post the minutia of their day-to-day life on the internet, and what that type of relationship to, like, I don't know, I wonder if I wasn't posting myself and my image and my family and my vacations, would that then kind of make me feel like, oh, there's like some space to make work about the internet? Because in the space that I'm in right now, I don't really feel truly compelled to make work about the internet.
I mean, I think it's really like a matter of personal preference, because a lot of times people are like, I get the question, where do you, like, what's the future of the internet? I'm like, I don't know, like, I just, like, tomorrow where I get on it again, like, and the day after, like, Twitter changed where the images don't count in the characters, and it, like, it's still messing me up, like, right, Abraham? Like, you got an extra 24 characters. It's amazing. It's like the best thing, but like for the longest we were waiting for this thing to happen and it was like not gonna happen, and then it did, so now I'm just like, this changes my entire job. But as an aside, yeah, I mean, I don't think that everybody necessarily has to make work about the internet. Like that would get so boring, oh my God. But I do think that if there is a criticality to which we bring to our engagement with all of these things that we've become so readily dependent on, it's definitely necessary. Like, I think a lot about, especially now, like the politic of screen time, where like sometimes adults like don't let little people be on the computer because it melts their brains, where it's just like, no, like maybe not. Like maybe like we understand that the technology and this digital world is very much a mirror of things that we've always been engaging with and thinking through. And like we need to bring a critical lens, like even if this is a child, to what these things do and mean in the world. Like our president is on Twitter. Like that's just a fact. That's unfortunately not going away. And so like maybe we should talk more critically about what these mediums do, where they come from, and how they've operated over time. But yeah, so I don't think you necessarily have to, but if you want to, you should. I'd love to see that.